All right, let's talk about something we all hope we never need. But when we do, it's an absolute lifesaver: roadside assistance. We're going to break down the whole thing from that awful moment your car gives up to the second you're back on your way.
Okay, just picture this for a second. You hop in your car, you're ready to go, you turn that key, and crickets. Just total silence. Or maybe you're on the highway and you hear that dreaded womp 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 of a flat tire. It's that instant sinking feeling in your stomach, right? You're stuck. So, what on earth do you do next?
Well, this is the answer: roadside assistance. Now, don't just think of it as a tow truck. It's so much more. It's like a mobile pit crew and recovery team rolled into one. The main goal? It's not always to tell you. It's a whole toolkit of services designed to fix the problem right then and there and get you moving again with as little drama as possible.
So that brings us to the first line of defense. Think of these folks as the first responders of the car world, the pros and services that show up right where you are with the goal of fixing the problem on the spot. Let's start with what is probably the number one reason for a bad day: a dead battery. It doesn't care if you're in your own garage or a parking lot 100 miles from home. When that battery is done, you are going absolutely nowhere. Now, when your battery gives out, you've really got two different solutions that can come to you. First, there's the jump start service. That's the quick jolt of electricity to get your engine running again, and a lot of the time that's all you need. But if your battery is just old and has officially called it quits, that's where a battery replacement service is a game changer. They literally bring a brand new battery to you and swap it out on the spot. And then there's this special kind of agony. You can see your keys sitting right there on the driver's seat. Your car is perfectly fine, but you are completely locked out. Ugh, it is frustrating. And believe me, it happens to the best of us. So how do they solve this? Well, it's not about jamming a coat hanger in there. A trained technician shows up with these really cool specialized tools that can safely get into the car's lock system from the outside. The whole point is to be precise and cause zero damage. No broken windows, no scratched paint, just your door open. Here's another one we've all gambled on, right? Trying to squeeze just a couple more miles out of that fuel light. But when your luck runs out, you suddenly find yourself coasting to a stop, usually in the worst possible place. The fix for this is thankfully super simple and effective. Instead of a long and, let's be honest, kind of dangerous walk along the side of the road, a fuel delivery service just brings a few gallons of gas or diesel right to you. It's just enough to get you fired up and on your way to the nearest gas station. Okay, but what if a quick fix just isn't in the cards? For a serious mechanical failure or, say, after an accident. That's when the mission changes from fixing it on the spot to safely getting your vehicle moved somewhere else. And this is where towing comes in. But it's not a one-size-fits-all deal. You've got local towing, which is perfect for getting your car to a shop across town or just back to your house. Then you've got long-distance towing. That's the big one for when you break down on a road trip far from home and you need to get your car transported safely to another city or even across state lines. And sometimes you're not just broken down, you're stuck. Like really stuck. If your car has slid into a ditch or is caught in mud or snow, you need a winch out service. They use a super powerful winch to literally pull your vehicle back to solid ground. And for accidents, that's when a specialized wrecker service often steps in to recover a damaged vehicle properly and safely. So we've talked about the what, the different services you can get. But what about the how? Let's zoom out a bit and look at the actual system that makes all this possible. The safety net that's there for all of us drivers. So a really good service provider is going to have seriously broad coverage. For example, the service we're using as a guide covers 22 different communities. Now that number, 22, isn't just a random stat. It represents a promise to cover an entire region, not just the main city. This network is like a spider web. It connects a big city hub, like San Antonio in this case, to all the little towns and suburbs around it. And that structure is what makes sure they can get to you fast, whether you're in the middle of downtown or on a quiet street in the burbs. This leads us to probably one of the most important questions you could have, right? What if you break down at 2 o'clock in the morning or on Christmas Day? Are you just out of luck? And the answer is a huge, reassuring yes. The entire system is built to be available 24/7. Your car doesn't care if it's a holiday, right? Breakdowns don't punch a clock, and neither do these services. Help is always on call 365 days a year. Okay, so what kind of vehicles can they actually help? Is this just for your standard four-door sedan, or can they handle something like a motorcycle or maybe a work truck?
You might be surprised at just how wide the coverage is. These professional services are ready for pretty much anything an average person drives. We're talking cars, SUVs, motorcycles, and even those light and medium-duty pickup trucks. They've got the right gear to handle all of them safely. You know, when you really boil it all down, a quote like this says it all. These are the three pillars you should always look for. Speed, how fast can they get there? Fair pricing, are they upfront and transparent? And professional service, do they know what they're doing and treat your vehicle with care?
And that ultimately is the real takeaway here. This is so much more than just a tow or a jump start. It's a whole system that's been designed to take the panic and the stress out of a really terrible situation. It's about giving you peace of mind, knowing that a real solution is just one phone call away. Which leaves us with one final super practical question. We all carry a phone with us everywhere, but being truly prepared isn't just about having the phone. It's about having the right number already in it for when you need it most. So do you?